Hello and welcome to In the Arts. I'm your host, Will Nichols, and we have a very good show in the studio today. We've got a good show to present to you, and which I'm proud to present to you at this time. A young woman who's been in here before, who's written a book, and just kind of recap of things that have happened since the last time and last show. Anyways, I'm proud to present to you a very interesting young woman, and she's very talented young woman, Carrie Kelly. And it's my pleasure to welcome you to the show, and just some things I guess to start with. Some of the things you've been doing since the last time that we saw you, and just how things are going. And I know we talked a little bit before. Some of the interesting things you got involved in, as well as recording. And as one thing is to enhance your musical career, but also you're still writing, and you've become involved in a very interesting organization. And I think I would like, my viewers would like to know just what the organization for is abused women. Am I saying that right?
So my program is called...
Yes, your program, right, yeah.
My program is called Restore Your Resilience, and it's designed for women primarily in their 40s and above that have dealt with or are still dealing with some effects of being abused as children.
I see.
So that's my work in the world. Okay. It's a coaching process that I take them through in order to restore the original resilience that they had before experiencing the abuse.
I see.
Yeah.
Was there any particular, do you have to take any courses for that, like in psychiatry or anything, or would a person need that kind of, what kind of background would you need to do that type of work?
Well, I'm a coach, but I also am a survivor myself, and I have been able to share my gifts and talents with the world because of reclaiming my own resilience. And so I'm basically walking people through the process that I went through myself in order to show up and share my gifts and talents.
I see.
So
basically, how do people respond, or how do they contact you, or do you kind of, how does that kind of work?
They can find me at my website, Carrie L. Kelly, KARILKELLEY.com, and there is a contact form that they could use to connect with me there.
I see. So in your program, just how does it work? Is it involved, like, I know I can, for the veterans, we have STEP programs, like, and different situations dealing with our psychiatric things and whatnot, or programs to the patients out there had to go through certain steps to build up to being trusted in certain situations, off the ward, and it's a STEP program. And I just wondered, do you have something like a STEP program involved with your organization and people that you involved with?
Well, there are 5 areas that I deal with, and it is to do with the relationships with others, their relationship to the divine or God, or whatever spiritual entity one would identify with, and the relationships to themselves and their, what I call the trust factor, because when your trust has been violated as a child, you end up growing up with different trust issues as you deal with life as an adult. And what I help them manage is trusting themselves in order to trust the decisions that they make when it comes to other relationships.
I see. Very interesting. And those steps are what are they? What are involved? What is each one are involved with?
Well, the process, it's quite individualized. People need to connect with me, so that the first thing that we would do is have a breakthrough session, which is an hour over the phone, and we can discuss what they specifically need. And then the program consists of support, one-on-one support, as well as online support from me over a period of 90 days.
Nice.
And they come away with some tools that will allow them to share their gifts and talents in the way that they really desire to.
I see.
And they're not held back by the residual effects of being abused from childhood, because I work with women in their 40s. So what we're doing is releasing the past so that they can be in the present moment and be as bright and resilient as they were always meant to be.
And it gives them also the tools to move forward for the future.
Exactly.
And to have a positive onlook to the future, knowing that they can forget the things that happened in the past and whatnot. Now, just how do you do it? Now, sometimes the past can reoccur in a person and whatnot. And if that should happen, then what do you guys do about that? Or is there anything you can do about that?
Well, okay, let me be very clear that I am not a therapist. I'm a coach. So if there are things that need to be dealt with in therapy, I always recommend that people go to the medical professional or the mental health professionals that they need to go to in order to deal with things that are out of my scope. So, that's just one of the things that I've been doing. I have been doing other things in my work, as like I'm a vocalist. I am also an author and a keynote speaker.
And you also got your face on the magazine cover. Was that magazine?
Yes, I was on the cover of I Am Enough magazine for May, and in addition to different radio shows that dealt with Child Abuse Awareness Month in April. I had a few different ones.
I see. And
I put my one-woman show hat back on to be the entertainment for a telesummit last month.
Oh, okay.
I plan to do my one-woman show again next year, right around April, because it deals with child abuse, and April is Child Abuse Awareness Month. So, those are the things that have been really top level on my mind, and things that I'm doing in addition to helping people through my Restore Your Resilience program.
Yeah, because it's so close together, that one feeds into the other. And of course, working with the children, if you can get them at that level, and that can work with them, then that avoids future things that can happen to them psychologically and in the growth of their well-being. Because I can imagine there's no can't really say just how important that is, because we as people, we go through so many things, and we need to develop and develop in a positive way. And certainly your program it does that. And you walk them through a problem, and you can show them some positive through your insight, and then they develop their insight to do better and look at it differently. So that certainly is a valuable thing. And something comes to mind. I just happen to think of it now. As far as your writing, are you thinking about writing another book?
I am. I am in the process of writing my second book. There are things that I would like to share that I did not put in the first book, and there's also lots of new experiences that I think that my readers would benefit from knowing.
I want to be sure. In case people didn't see the show before, the name of your first book
My first book was entitled, or is entitled, Black, Blind, and Female.
That's it.
And that's available at Amazon.com.
Okay. All right. Okay, that should, and that's a very, I've read it. And for you, my viewers out there, it's something you should have in your collection. A very interesting book, and it's kind of sets up things with your experience to the people that you're helping. So that book is kind of like a reflection. You're sharing how you went through that, and to help other people, which is certainly admirable to take that on. And so I advise you for sure. And I'm looking forward to your second book whenever that's taken on and getting that together, you know. And you've certainly been doing some very positive things, which I'm not surprised. Since the last time I saw you, because I just pick up some positive vibes from you and just the things you're doing and whatnot. And I hope I'm trying to cover all that. Now, how did you get to with the singing? Now, how did that come about? Or I know you told me before last time that you also you did some singing.
Well, I grew up singing. I grew up singing in church, so that's where it all started. But recently, I've been able to share my gift with different venues in a way that it's been very rewarding for me. So I was able to use backup tracks and different costumes, and I put the costumes on, and I take on different personas, and I sing, you know, different genres from my life, being a vocalist in church, then being the singer for the nightclub scene, and then, you know, then back to singing gospel, because it's been a full circle experience for me. And so what I find is that I love to sing heartfelt music. If I can feel it, I can sing it, you know. Absolutely. And so, you know, it's very easy for me to sing about love or sing about overcoming obstacles, and, you know, just or like just a very heartfelt spiritual song. So it's been really nice. I gave you some example. There are some samples of me singing on my website, carrielkelly.com. Okay. And so and there's some examples of my little spiel about how I lost my eyesight also on there. So, you know, there's a lot of information out there about what I'm doing.
Well, you certainly are a very interesting young lady, and the talents, I hope I can cover all of them in this segment, because definitely, like I said earlier, you've really grown, and I just say, just wow, you know, you know, looking forward. Actually, again, I'm looking forward, Lord willing, to seeing your show. And depending on where it's at in April, I'll try to work that out, because I like to see that, you know, for sure. And because also the arts, all the arts, kind of reflect and kind of lean or entwine, as I say, as music and art, and then acting, sculpture, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And they have in common, of course, the inward-outward expression. So, you know, for all of them come from the inside of you, or rather, God working through you. So you are a tool manifested by spiritual guidance and whatnot, and just the fact that you like to, for instance, singing very heartfelt songs is a strong spiritual thing, and of course you got to feel it. Then when you feel it, whoever is watching and listening to you, they're gonna feel it too.
Right, exactly.
Because I experienced that as an artist playing piano. In fact, I play for my therapy. Yeah, and it works. I go right out to the hospital out there at Kaiser. In fact, I'll be out there on Friday, this coming Friday, and there's a big grand piano out there, and I just sit there and I just play some tunes, just think of something. Once in a while I might bring some music, but it's really not necessary. And it just, I get into a nice place, and it's like music is prayer. And of course you can use prayer, of course, as well. But there's a way to communicate the spiritual thing through any art, and you're doing it through what you do and helping other people. So there's many ways to do that, and that's yours certainly one of them. That's positive. And now getting back to the magazine, you have an article in that magazine as well, don't you? Something written in there.
Yes, the article was primarily focused on overcoming sexual abuse as a child.
I see, okay.
And it just talks about the process and how that type of abuse shows up in your life later, and what it will take to overcome that type of abuse.
I see.
And I was the featured article my photo was on the cover of that.
Oh, okay.
So it was kind of like a follow-up because April is
Again, right.
Child Abuse Awareness Month, but May was, we don't ever want to just shove that subject away and in the corner until next April, because people need that information. They need support all the time.
Yes.
And so it was a way of, keeping it on people's minds and just, letting people know that support is still available.
Oh, absolutely. And it's like so well needed, And in your next book will cover things probably along those lines as well.
It will cover a lot of the space and process of overcoming the rest of my journey, but it will also cover a lot of the new events that are going on in my life. I'm a grandma now, which is really interesting for me because I didn't have children, but I have 3 granddaughters now, so that's amazing, and they are so beautiful. I just love my grandchildren. I love being a grandmother. I never thought I'd like saying I'm a grandma, but I love being
Nothing
grandma.
wrong with that, because what makes it good about that is a pickup for you, and you have a chance to deal with young minds close to you in training, and of course as well as the parents, but you also you can influence them too the right way, as well as what you're practicing all the time. And you take it and use it in your family too, of course.
I think the biggest lesson that I'm learning, they've only been with me for 2 weeks at this point, and the biggest lesson that I'm learning is that I need to let them live. I thought I'd be paranoid about every little thing, but I'm not. I'm able to just step back and say, this is their lives, this is their journey, this is their learning process.
Yes.
But I do find that I'm very protective about just keeping them safe. So
absolutely.
So that it's a fine line to walk.
yeah. Well, let's see. Well, you get a chance to actually do some parenting, and that certainly is a bright spot. That they're in training, and all of our lives we're also in training too, and truly as being an artist to express a lot of sides of that training and develop it is a very plus thing that can be enjoyed, and you're growing with the children, and they're growing with you.
Yes.
So it makes a cohesiveness and develop a strong bond.
Yes.
The one that won't be broken and they can't forget, and always work on the right, teach them the right ways to develop and whatnot. So that's very admirable. And you have that in you, and your family has that in you in the training thing. So absolutely. And I'm trying to think of some other stuff. I'm trying to cover some, because there's so much stuff you got involved with. I meant, I was just thinking a minute ago. Now getting back to the organization, let's see, what the selection of clients, how do you select your clients, or do they select you?
My clients come to me through a variety of ways.
Okay.
Word of mouth, social media, different events and everything. As people know what my work is, they know that I'm interested in helping people that are, if they're still dealing with being abused as children in their 40s, then there is a way that I can support them to get through that and go past all of that, so that they can share their gifts and talents with the world. So.
And of course, my next question would be, where do you operate from? You have your home or office or anything like that?
I do it via the internet and a conference line. I don't necessarily do this in person unless someone wants that. That is an option. It's what I call my VIP Restore Your Resilience program, and that's when we meet one-on-one in person, and I can take them through the process in person, and so. There's different levels. So if someone wants to meet in person, then they could we can work that out.
Make that arrangement,
make those arrangements. So.
Oh, certainly. So there's all kinds of ways to do that.
Yes.
I know for myself, I have any type of business, whether it's music or talking with people or prospective clients, or even for show or whatever. I meet them at my office, Starbucks.
Oh, Starbucks is your office.
Yeah, that's my office. So I conduct everything from Starbucks over a cup of coffee.
Okay.
Plus it's cheap. I don't pay no rent or nothing.
Low overhead.
Low, whatever you want. I can't think what that is.
Okay.
But it's not enough can be said about the work you do. I certainly hope you continue on that work, and I hope I've covered everything. I've forgotten the things you do, because you've done so much, man. It's just amazing, and I'm very, very proud of your accomplishments. And I'm sure you should feel very, very competent and accomplished in the things you've done, and the people you've helped, over this period of time. And I certainly hope your program continues. We need more programs like this, especially nowadays. With so much that's going on, in this world today, and all the emotional things that are happening that affect us all, So, but anyways, here's the part of the program we got to put a wrap on it. My gosh, it's so good to see you. You're looking beautiful.
Thank you.
And whatnot. And now again, where can people contact you? And you have a website and all that. I think you said that before, but I just want to reiterate that one more time so people know how they can catch you. And you have a website, and you have email and all that stuff. We'll flash that where they, have that information. And any plans for the future other than the book?
Well, the two major projects are finishing the second book and doing my one-woman show for the second time in April of 2016.
Well, God bless you, and I just want to say I wish you the best, and I want to thank you for being on the show, and I want to thank KMVT15 for letting me have a show so I can bring the likes of such positive and complete personalities to the show here. And again, I want to thank my crew also for their job and the fabulous things that they make happen and putting things together. And certainly, you've made me feel better just talking with you on the things because there are positive things. And for the viewers that are looking in, can get something from what's happening here. So on behalf of course, myself and KMVT TV and In the Arts, watch In the Arts. We always got something happening. And we got some happening here in the studio. So I just want to thank you again.
Okay, thank you.
And God bless you and your family.
All right, thank you.
And I'll be looking to stay in touch. I'm looking to hear
Okay.
from you.
Good.
All right.